All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's Strength and Power. So we are just one day out from the 2019 Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, and I've got a couple interesting stories for you guys today. So the first story that I have for you guys relates to the Arnold Classic Strongman competition. So obviously you've got Hafthor Bjornsson and Brian Shaw going head-to-head for the title this year. And that will be exciting enough in and of itself. But in addition to that, specifically relating to the deadlift portion, the elephant bar deadlift portion of this competition, Rogue has offered a $50,000 cash prize to any strongman competitor who can deadlift 501 kilograms or more on their Rogue elephant bar deadlift. Now, this is interesting for a number of reasons. The first reason, obviously, this would become the most expensive deadlift in history at $50,000, and it would also be a new world record, smashing the previous world record on the elephant bar by 60 pounds. So for reference, 501 kilograms correlates to 1,104 pounds. Now, last week, I believe Hafthor Bjornsson has came the closest to this in training, deadlifting a 473 kilogram deadlift or 1,042 pounds on the elephant bar in his gym. Now, a 60-pound jump in a PR is a pretty heavy jump, especially when that PR is a previous world record in that event. However, I think $50,000 cash is a pretty incredible motivator for someone to break that world record. And it'll be interesting to see with this new incentive to deadlift 501 kilograms. If anyone's going to be able to do that and beat that world record, it's going to be pretty impressive to see because the $50,000 cash prize is not too far away from what the athlete wins that wins the entire Arnold Strongman competition. So if one of these guys actually manages to break that deadlift record and also win the Arnold Strongman, they'd be walking away from the weekend with well over $100,000 in cash, which is an absolutely incredible amount of prize money for a professional strongman. So big props to Rogue here for putting up that prize money and making this weekend pretty interesting to see if anyone's going to be able to collect on that $50,000 reward. Now, the next story that I have for you guys today is Kai Greene related. So Kai Greene recently posted a picture on his Instagram, which has generated quite a lot of DMs to me speculating whether or not Kai Greene is going to have some kind of role in a future Marvel project or a Marvel movie, TV show, whatever. So he posted this picture next to the Marvel sign at Marvel Entertainment with the caption, "Thoughts become things." And Kai Greene, as always, is the king of being mysterious and vague and not really saying exactly what the post means. So this photo with that caption has really left it up to, the fan interpretation that maybe he's going to be doing something with Marvel in the future. Now, I, for one, would love to see that. I know a lot of people still want to see Kai Greene come back to a competitive bodybuilding stage, whether it be the Olympia, the Arnold. A lot of people want to see Kai continue to compete. But I think in terms of being a smart businessman and promoting himself outside of bodybuilding, it doesn't really get too much better than Kai Greene in terms of modern bodybuilders nowadays. He's done a tremendous job of branching out into projects like Stranger Things and has just done a really good job overall of staying relevant. Now, as much as we all would love to see Kai Greene back on a bodybuilding stage, I think seeing a physique like Kai's possibly being featured in a mainstream entertainment project with a company like Marvel, I think would be much more exciting than even seeing Kai compete at the Olympia. Marvel fans and superhero fans in general are used to seeing, all this CGI and special effects, like with the Incredible Hulk. But if they saw a guy like Kai Greene in one of these superhero movies with his physique, no CGI, no special effects to enhance the way his physique looks, I think they would be mind blown that that's even possible without any CGI. So again, very vague. We don't really know what Kai's doing over there at Marvel, but I really do hope there's some kind of Marvel project coming out with Kai Greene in the future. I think that'd be very, very exciting. Now, the next story that I have for you guys is related both to Kai Greene and also the Arnold Classic. So the Arnold Classic is doing something new this year that I think is actually a fantastic idea. So they're doing this thing called the Meet Your Heroes, which is being presented as a pop culture panel discussion with photo ops and merchandise booths that melds pop culture, entertainment, and fitness. So Arnold Schwarzenegger posted on his Instagram about this Meet Your Heroes event, and he said it was inspired after attending Comic-Con. Now, typically, the Arnold Classic does have a couple different panel discussion type of things. It'll do a Sunday morning breakfast with the champions where they kind of do a panel interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They've done panels with like all the past Arnold Classic winners. But this one is a pop culture panel. I think this is a fantastic idea. They're having Larry Wheels, Hafthor Bjornsson, Kai Greene, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, the Arnold Classic in and of itself is already one of the most impressive sporting events of its kind. It's bigger than the Olympics. It has all kinds of sports besides bodybuilding and powerlifting and strongman. It's got everything. It's got archery, it's got martial arts, it's got axe throwing, it's got all kinds of different sports in the various different expo halls. So people who haven't been might not know that it's a bigger draw than just the bodybuilding competition. It's got everything, and it draws people really from all walks of life. So I think taking cues from something like Comic-Con is a very smart idea in terms of trying to expand the Arnold Classic and make it even bigger than it already is, which I think is definitely the direction it's headed. It's only going to continue to get bigger. Like I said, I've been going for the past 10 years, and pretty much every single year that I've gone, that year is bigger than the previous year. The expo gets more and more crowded. It seems like there's more and more people. In fact, I even believe last year or the year before, they actually did an expansion on the expo hall to make it bigger just for the purpose of the Arnold Classic. So this Meet Your Heroes thing will be Saturday and Sunday, March 2nd through 3rd. I guess there's going to be more information on the Arnold Classic website if you guys want to check that out. I think it'll be a pretty cool event. I'm going to try to go to it as well. Now, the next story that I have for you guys today is about Shawn Rhoden's trainer, known as Psychofitness. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen all the training videos of Shawn with his trainer at Gold's Gym Venice. Or if you follow Psychofitness on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen him training various people at Gold's Gym Venice. Now, recently there was kind of a minor controversy between Psychofitness and Gold's Gym Venice. Now, it's my understanding that for whatever reason, Psychofitness is no longer going to be training people out of Gold's Gym Venice. So something went down between him and Gold's Gym Venice. I'm going to roll this clip for you guys here of Psychofitness talking about the situation.
Gold's Gym and Psychofitness have parted ways, and there is no animosity on either end. So all these rumors about banned for life and police escorting me out of the building, that's not true. Now, I don't want to go into it real deep because maybe one day I might want to go back to Gold's, and I don't want any hostility. So the bottom line is, Gold's Gym, Shawn Flexitron Roden, and Chris Psycho Lewis made history. We made history, brought the sun down there. My work there is done. Shawn doesn't even live in Venice. He lives 2.5, 3 hours away from Gold's Gym. It doesn't make sense to make Mr. Olympia drive that far. I can go meet him. So the rumors, let's put the rumors to rest. Let's put this together. I will always love Gold's Gym. Gold's Gym made me who I am. If I'm as good as I think I am, I can make magic anywhere. Anywhere. It doesn't have to just be a Gold's Gym.
So yeah, interesting situation there. It's kind of hard to imagine if you were a gym that you wouldn't want the trainer of a current Mr. Olympia to be training out of your gym. And again, all the details have not come out yet. He seems to say in the video that it was kind of an amicable split, but I'm sure any situation where you're no longer training, where you part ways with a gym, there's probably something underlying that wasn't amicable. So if we find out more, I'll let you know, but that is the update right now on Psychofitness and Gold's Gym Venice. A lot of people were asking me about that particular situation. Now, the next story that I have for you guys is professional wrestling related, and I think a lot of you guys will be interested in this particular story. So Batista has returned to the WWE as of this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. So a brief recap, they were having a birthday party celebration for Ric Flair. They hyped up this birthday party for the past couple of weeks. It's kind of a celebration of Ric Flair and his career towards the end of the episode. So they're out in the ring waiting for Ric Flair to come out for the celebration. And the camera goes to the backstage area, basically showing Batista beating up on Ric Flair, apparently in an effort to get Triple H's attention. So I think what they're building up for here is a Triple H versus Batista match, which I think will be fantastic. I mean, when I was a kid, and I'm talking like 9 or 10, and I was watching wrestling as a kid, watching SmackDown on TV, Batista was my favorite wrestler. I mean, he was the animal. He was a beast. So to see him coming back after going to the movies, becoming really an A-list celebrity now, and returning to the WWE is really exciting for me to see. So I hope they have a good storyline in mind for this Batista return, and I hope to see a lot more of Batista on Monday Night Raw. Now, also in pro wrestling news, also on this week's Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns came back. You guys might remember that he relinquished his title a few months back on Monday Night Raw and announced that he had leukemia. He came back announcing that his leukemia was in remission, so it's kind of a feel-good story. Very good to hear that. So does this mean Roman Reigns is going to be actively back on the roster? I'm not entirely sure, but it's just good news to hear that his leukemia is in fact in remission. So finally, again, today is Wednesday, so we are one day out from the start of the Arnold Classic weekend, which starts tomorrow on Thursday the 28th. So I'll be getting into Columbus tomorrow. The first thing that I have to do is I have a meeting with Arnold and Aaron about the commentary. So that's the first thing I'm going to be doing. Then I'm going to be going to the meet and greet. So if you guys are going to be at the meet and greet with the pros, I'm going to be there as well. Now, Friday, I'm going to be at the expo. I'm going to be getting there early in the morning. Friday night, of course, is the night show. I believe the Classic Physique Finals are Friday night, so I'm going to be there. Now, Saturday, I'm going to be working the Redcon 1 booth for 3 hours. I'm still not exactly sure what window of time that's going to be, but if you want to find me, I'll be at the Redcon 1 booth. And other than that, I'm just going to be walking around the expo both Friday and Saturday. Then Saturday night, we have the commentary and then the interview with Arnold. And then Sunday, I'm still not entirely sure what the plan is for Sunday, but I'm planning on probably hitting the expo all 3 days. So even if you don't catch me at the Redcon booth, I'm going to be just walking around, meeting people, waiting in line like everybody else to get some free stuff. It's kind of like tradition just to go to the Arnold. It's like trick-or-treating for meatheads and gym rats. You just go to all these booths and get some free samples, and that's really the fun of it. So I'm just going to be doing what everyone else is doing for the majority of the time, just walking around, waiting in line, meeting people, trying free stuff. So if you see me around, make sure you say hi. I'd love to meet all you guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And hopefully I will see you this weekend at the 2019 Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.